Spurs, Pacers. Spurs versus the Pacers. Spurs just destroyed these guys. We just freaking mollywopped these guys, mopped the floor with them. Like we were an AAU team from out of state that just came in and then played them. And then the Pacers thought they were a good AAU team in their little state or whatever. Then we just came in and just destroyed them. But anyway, with that being said, with me insulting the Pacers off the rip, I'll let it I'll let it be known. Pacers are not this bad. We are not this much better than the Pacers. We're not 30 points better than Indiana. They're 24 and 10, so they do have a better record than us, to be fair. Um, but yeah, for this game, we just kicked their ass and just destroyed them. So it's fun to see. We did it. We did it in Paris for Wemby's home people. So that was definitely fun to watch us destroy the Pacers in France. But getting into it, Harrison Barnes had a great game, 9 for 10 from the field, 2 for 2 from three, so 90% field goal shooting. You can't ask for more than that. 100% from the three, we'll take that all day, of course. 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 20 points. He was plus 25. Let me know what y'all think down low. I think plus minus. It's kind of a weird stat at times. It can kind of be misleading because everyone had plus, a very big plus minus on the plus side during this game just because we went ahead by so much. But yeah, 20 points. He was all over the stat sheet with what he did out there. Again, great field goal shooting, great 3-point shooting. He provides really solid defense for us as well. He's not as athletic as he used to be, of course, but he's still always in the right spot. He's not making I wasn't say very many, but I feel like I never see him making defensive breakdowns. I'm sure he probably does time and time again, but you probably have to go through film and like look at them to point them out because they're so seldom. But yeah, I loved Harrison. Fun fact: Harrison Barnes is only 32 years old. If y'all didn't know that, I just found that out the other day. I thought he was more like 34 or so, to be honest with you. But that's awesome. He can keep doing what he's doing at the same level for another 3 or 4 years, probably, maybe even longer than that with the type of game he has. But yeah, it's exciting. I don't know how long we plan on keeping Harrison, but we can keep playing like this till he's 35, 36. Hopefully we're competing for championships by then, and then we can hopefully get Harrison another chip with us. Our boy Wemby, he just went off. He was showing out for France, of course. 13 for 21 from the field, 4 for 11 from three. He is taking 9 threes per game, so no surprise with the attempts. He hit 4 of them. I'm not really mad about this, honestly. I don't know the exact percentage on that. It's a little better than 33%, but people complain about Wemby shooting too many threes, of course, but those people probably aren't watching the Spurs games because he stretches out the floor for us. He'll freaking pump fake from half court, and people will take 3-4 steps to close out on him because they know he will take that shot. So yeah, it's really just making the defenses respect him and know that he's going to take 40-foot threes whenever he wants, really, and he can knock them down. But yeah, just making the defenses respect him. I don't think he'll probably take this many threes once he's in his prime. He'll probably take maybe more like 8 threes or so. Probably cut it down a little bit. But he's just kind of developing his 3-point game at this time and just kind of working on his shot in the NBA. He obviously is a very good 3-point shooter, and he's put the league on notice of that as well. But like I was saying, I don't mind the 4 3-point attempts if your field goal percentage ends up being like this, 13 for 21. He was really mixing it up this game. Just run through the stats really quick. 11 total rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, 5 blocks. He did have 4 turnovers, but if you look throughout the league, a lot of these superstar players have 3 to 4 turnovers per game, just with the usage rate and how much they touch the ball, because the ball is obviously in Victor's hands a lot of the time. 30 points as well. So just an amazing game, honestly. We're just so used to it. He's a second-year player, so it's crazy to have 30 points and 5 blocks in the game, let alone. But he had the 11 rebounds. The 6 assists is the most impressive part to me. I like us seeing him developing his playmaking even more. He's a willing passer, and he's a good passer. He's talented at passing the ball, but he's just developing his court vision, Working with Chris Paul is really going to help him with that. He just is learning the offense even more. Soon there'll be a day when he just catches the ball and he just knows where everyone's going to be. He knows exactly what pass to make, and it's not even, because you hesitate for half a second, and that half a second that you're thinking, that's the time it takes for someone to tip your pass or get a steal, things like that. That's where Chris Paul has it mastered. He doesn't even think about anything on the court. He just goes and just does what he does, and he knows where everyone's going to be with his IQ. So Victor will get there one day. But yeah, just amazing game from him. Only 32 minutes and showed out for France. 24 minutes for CP3. 1 for 5 from three. All of his shots were threes. Gave us the 7 assists and the 8 rebounds. So take 8 rebounds all day from Chris Paul. The 7 assists. 1 turnover. Only 3 points. But the stat sheet doesn't really show what Chris Paul is doing out there. If you watch the games, he's always directing traffic, getting our guys in the right place, and just make sure we're in a position to be successful. And then from there, it's just on us to make the shots and make the right plays from the positions Chris Paul puts us in, because he's essentially our coach on the court for all of our young guys out there. Him and Harrison, of course, are two veterans that kind of keep us right out there. Devin Vassell is back, 9 for 13 from the field, 5 for 6 from three, just crazy 3-point shooting. We'd love to see that percentage from Devin. He had been a bit inconsistent, not these past 5 games. He's just been on fire these past 5 or 6 games, and I don't even want to say he's been on fire. He's just been himself. Like, this is what he is as a player. 25 points, 2 blocks, 2 steals, 4 assists, 3 rebounds, just contributing all over the stat sheet. I always mention he's underrated defensively. He's not a lockdown or anything, but he has good length. He's 6'7". He can play really good team defense. And, just use his length and wingspan to help us out defensively. But yeah, a lot of Spurs fans were freaking out about Devin and saying, oh, we need to trade Devin, or consider putting him in a trade package and this and that, because he was being inconsistent. And my take was, just wait until mid-February, late February. If Devin's still playing inconsistently rather, into mid to late February, then I wouldn't say, just trade him at that point, but I'd be a bit more worried, and we could maybe start the conversation at that point. But I don't see Devin starting February cold, or getting a cold really at any point. Maybe a little up and down. His play can be a bit up and down, but he was coming off of his injury. He's just finding his groove again. Do I expect him to shoot 5 from 6 from 3 every single night? No, but I do expect him to give us, probably anywhere between 18 and 30 points pretty much every night. People say he's going to be our second option. I mean, he is our second option right now, but once we're a championship contending team, I'm hoping that we do keep Devin. He's on a good contract right now, or that's your opinion if it's a good contract or not, but he's going to be with us for these next few years, the foreseeable future. And again, people say he's a second option. I think he's an elite top tier third option on a championship team, because as a second option, honestly, he can be a little inconsistent for a second option. Again, he's kind of gotten rid of his inconsistencies these past few games, but imagine Vassell as your third option. He's giving you probably 17 to 25 points, not every single night, but just depends on what the second option is doing that night, what we need from Devin. But yeah, once we get a ball handling shooting guard or point guard to go along Wembanyama that can also create his own shot, then Devin will slide into our third option spot, and he'll be an elite third option for a championship level team. Kind of almost like what Harrison Barnes was for the Warriors when they had Steph, Clay, and then Harrison was kind of their third scoring option. And if y'all remember, Harrison would come off the bench and seems like he would have almost 20 points every night for that Warriors team, if you remember that. And then some nights he'd come in and score 25, 30 points, kind of just like what he's already doing for us. But, imagine Devin learning more from Harrison and sliding into that role of a third option scorer. Castle had an off night, 3 for 9, 1 for 3 from 3, 5 turnovers as well. But I'm not gonna say we don't care. We're going to critique him and keep teaching him. Not me, of course. I don't know all that stuff that we need to be telling him, but the coaching staff is just going to keep teaching him, keep getting him better. He's a young player. His impact defensively is always so good. that you have to play him, 24, 25 minutes plus because he does so much defensively when he's out there. But yeah, off night for Stephon Castle, but it is what it is. Here, we'll get into the bench and the Pacers in a second here. Just real quick, you guys. I'm at a whopping 6 subscribers, so I'm thankful for all 6 of my subscribers. Going for 10 by the end of the day. So if we can get there and you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, and that would be awesome. Back to it. And our bench all got out there. Everyone on the team except for Bassi played. Instead of a coach's decision for Bassi not playing. We do love his energy when he gets out there, but he has some development to do. Anyway, we love seeing everybody play. City Sissoko got in there, 5 minutes. Good to see him play. He got his first, I believe it was his first NBA bucket out there in France, where he's from. So that's awesome to see. Blake Wesley, Malachi Branham. Malachi hit a 3 towards the end of the game. I think these guys are serviceable players. I'm not going to say they're really good, but I kind of have a feeling we're semi-tanking this season. I've said before, I feel like the best thing that can happen for us is finishing probably in the 13 seed or something like that, unfortunately. And then we can get, hopefully, those 3 first-round picks. We're projected to get 3 picks in the first round. And then us having a less successful season, we'll say, will help us hopefully get possibly a lottery pick if we get lucky, because the Hawks pick probably won't pan out now with how good they're playing. So it seems like we're kind of switching the switch there and coming back down. I don't want to say to our losing ways. We don't want to go full tank mode like last season. You don't want our players to get used to losing, because losing's a habit. We don't want them to get into that habit of losing games. But yeah, it was cool to see everybody play. Just Bassi didn't get into the game, but they probably didn't play him that way. City Sissoko can get out there and play in France. We had Jeremy Sochan coming in off the bench. He's the heart and soul of our team, to be honest. Let me know what y'all think. I don't want to compare him to Draymond Green because I don't really like Draymond Green. I don't see Jeremy as being a dirty player, but Warriors fans probably don't see Draymond as being a dirty player, I guess. But yeah, just gets under everyone's skin. Just plays crazy defense out there. He only had 18 minutes. He's getting better from his back spasms. Hopefully that hasn't been bothering him. But yeah, 13 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, only 1 turnover in 18 minutes. He's usually playing 35 plus. So, if he had given us his 35, this wasn't necessary tonight. But if it was a close game, he would have given us 20 plus, 14 rebounds, 5 dimes. I don't know. People just don't like Sochan because he dyes his hair or some crap. I don't know what it is, but Spurs fans, y'all comment below. Let me know what you think. But I love Sochan. I feel like most people in San Antonio are starting to love Sochan, or already do love Sochan. The only thing was last year, people would complain about, oh, he doesn't want to throw lobs to Wemby. He doesn't pass the ball to Wemby. It was his first season playing point guard. He doesn't even know what the hell he's doing out there. We just did that so he'd be a better ball handler and secondary playmaker for this season. And now you're seeing it. He threw Wemby that nasty give and go lob. Wemby passes him the ball, cuts right behind a defender. Sochan throws it up. Nasty dunk for Wemby. It was beautiful to watch. But yeah, Sochan, he's a top 3 player on the team as far as I'm concerned. It's Wembanyama, Vassell, and him are our top 3 most important foundational pieces. You can argue that Barnes would be kind of in there. Stephon Castle as well for that top 3-5 players on the team. But I don't know if we're gonna end up keeping Harrison Barnes. Like I said, he's only 32. I hope we do keep him. He can contribute on our championship team once we get those pieces to be competing for championships. But yeah, Sochan's a huge piece. Comment below what you think about Jeremy. I love Jeremy. I think he's our glue guy, our heart and soul. And I think he's 21. I don't even know if he's 22 years old yet. So he's only gonna get better and better. One cool thing, he hit one of his threes, only took one and hit it, so we'd love to see that from Jeremy. But yeah, like I was saying, we're not 30 points better than the Pacers. We just had a great night. It was a home game for us. We play them again on Saturday, and it's going to be another home game for us because they love our players in France and they love Wemby. But yeah, the Pacers. Let's see. Go to Halliburton. Only had 13 points, 7 assists. Only played 30 minutes. They probably got him. They obviously didn't play him as long as they normally would if the game was close. But yeah, I don't know what it was. It was a close game going into the third, and then yeah, another thing too. We just exploded in the third. It's so weird. We're such a heavy third quarter team. We just always here we go. We just always explode in the third. I don't know what it is. One thing I can make a point on, some people have been critical about Mitch Johnson's coaching, not making the changes and playing, a variety of players like he played tonight. And that comes back to my theory that we're kind of semi-tanking. If Atlanta was having a terrible season, we're definitely going to get a super high pick from Atlanta's pick there. We'd probably be trying to be more competitive. But I feel like we're between. We want to develop our guys' winning habits. Like I said earlier, we don't want them to get used to losing and develop losing habits. But at the same time, we probably want to finish in the 13 seed. Just miss the playoffs and get a good draft pick for our own draft pick that we have, and then get our other 2 first rounders hopefully, and then run it back next year. Make our big splash trade, and then we'll be good to go. There's kind of no reason for us to make the playoffs this season except for playoff experience for Vassell and Wemby and Stephon Castle and just our younger guys, Jeremy Sochan as well. But other than that experience, it's going to be favorable for us to miss the playoffs, get those high draft picks, get them into our culture, and then really start building with those guys because at least 2 or 3 of those guys we get in the draft are highly likely to be foundational pieces for our team once we start competing for championships again. But yeah, we just smashed them in the third. It was close going into the third. Yeah, we're up 1 in the second, then we're up 2, so we're only up 3 going into the third. And then there was that crazy Wembanyama sequence that I'm sure y'all all know what I'm talking about, where he blocks a shot on the defensive end. He takes like 3 dribbles, brings the ball up the court himself. He dribbled like 3 times. He's already at the 3-point line on the other end. Lobs it up to Jeremy, just dunks the crap out of it. Wemby comes back, blocks the dude again, comes back up. I think he dimes Champagny for a 3, blocks the dude again, comes back up, and that's when they had the give and go with him and Jeremy Sochan for the alley-oop dunk. It was just beautiful to watch. If I had to pick 2 players who have the best chemistry on the Spurs, it's Victor and Wemby. They have the best chemistry out of any 2 players on the team. Let me know what y'all think below. Or you can argue Chris Paul and Wemby because they have very good chemistry on the pick and pops. But yeah, we just love Sochan. I love to see him gelling with Wemby. People won't be talking about, Jeremy doesn't want to pass to Wemby and things like that. I saw that last season. I can agree with what you were saying, but I don't think it's because he didn't want to pass to him. It's just because he didn't have the basketball IQ and the court vision, to find him in those situations. But now he went over all the tape from last season, saw all the opportunities he missed. And now we're obviously seeing a better version of Jeremy with better court vision and just a better feel for the game. Hopefully he gets all of his injuries taken care of. He has been a little injury prone this season now, unfortunately, but I don't think it's anything too serious. I think he'll get it taken care of and we'll be good to go. But yeah, super impressive win over the Pacers. Again, we have them again on Saturday night, which will be tomorrow from the time that I'm shooting this video. But yeah, we're not 30 points better than the Pacers. Tomorrow night, it's going to be a close game. They're going to come out and be a lot more aggressive. They're going to make their adjustments from what they saw us do this game. Again, it's going to be another home game for us. Paris loves Wembanyama and our other French players. But yeah, with that being said, we're excited to see what happens. Please comment in below if you got us to the end of the video. Please like and subscribe as well. And we'll see you guys again next time.